Hi everyone, it's Lauren Mullan, Realtor with Wilkinson ERA here in sunny Charlotte, North Carolina. So this is video 2 of the process of how to move to Charlotte, North Carolina. So watch number 1, that'll give you all the preliminary information, and then I'm going to take off where that one kind of left off. So let's pretend you've already visited. You drove around, you fell in love with the homes, you fell in love with the people because they're so friendly. The economy you see is booming. Big industries are moving here, supplying lots of jobs. The schools are great, the taxes are phenomenal, your money goes farther. It's a no-brainer. So here's the process. So we've already got you pre-qualified because that's the first thing you have to do to go out and look at homes in order to make an offer on one. Let's pretend you've already fallen in love with one. Okay, you fall in love, you're like, Lauren, this is the home. What now? Because I live in a totally different state. I don't know the process of how to buy it in Charlotte. And it's a little scary. It's making me a little anxious. So here you go. So before we write the offer, I get you the CCRs if you happen to be buying a home in a community, right, an HOA. I did a whole nother video all about HOA, so check that out. But it's basically the community covenants and restrictions. Kind of read that, check that out, make sure everything's good with that. The second one is I get you the disclosures on the property, which will tell you all about like the age the home was built, age of the roof, the HVAC system, the electrical, plumbing, if there's any issues with windows, any easements. That kind of gets you all that information. So that's the disclosures. Then we run comps to make sure kind of what the pricing is at. Are they overpriced? Is it a great deal? We discuss that, and then we kind of write the offer up. Now here's what's different in North Carolina, maybe from where you are, wherever you're coming from. The first thing is we have what's called a due diligence period. Due diligence, when I represent my buyers, is a couple of weeks. And during the due diligence period, what happens is in the beginning of the contract, you kind of put down good faith money, okay? This is money that basically goes to the seller, and that takes the house off the market. They can still show it, but you're number one as far as purchasing it. And the due diligence period gives you the option to walk away for any reason whatsoever during those couple of weeks during the due diligence period. So during that time is when I tell my clients, listen, now is when we got to do all of our home inspections. And, but you're saying, but Lauren, I'm leaving town. I'm going back to where I live. I can't do that. No worries, because I attend all my client home inspections. So there's a bunch of home inspections that we can do, a regular home inspection, and I will do as much as you need me to do or as little, whatever it's, you're the boss, you decide. So those home inspections might be just a general home inspection. If it's not on county septic and water, it might be a sewer, septic inspection, a well inspection, a radon inspection, termite inspection, pest inspection, whatever it is that you would like to get inspected about the house. I will make all the appointments. I attend every single inspection. And then generally at the end of each inspection, I get the lowdown while I'm there with the inspector, the professional. I will do either a live, like a video with you, or a FaceTime with you, or just a conference call, so you can hear it directly from each one of those inspectors. If we're running short on time, of course, I can kind of just summarize everything. But they will always email you a copy of the entire inspection report. At that point, you look over it, decide what you want to have done. I look over it, I make my suggestions. We kind of make a detailed list, specific wording of how we want to submit what's called the due diligence repair request agreement. This all has to be done prior to the end of that due diligence. Typically, I like about 4 weeks. And then we would submit that repair request to the sellers, and then they decide what they're going to do, what they agreed to do. We kind of come to terms, and then we're good. The other thing you really want to get done during that 4-week time period, if you're going for a loan, is you get your lender all the paperwork they need. Don't wait a day or 2 days or a week to get them like a W-2 or a tax form or a bank statement. You need to be on the ball, because, like I said, if something goes wrong with your loan and you can't get it or something, you want to get out of that house before the end of your due diligence period. So as long as you're on top of it, you're fine, you're good. So I usually don't get involved with lending and all the conversations, because that's not my business, right? That's between you and that lender. But I'm always here to answer questions if you have a question, or maybe from my experience, if I can help you out, I'm always here to answer questions. So those are the 2 things we do during the due diligence period, the home inspections, repair request agreement, and also to make sure that you get a loan commitment letter, okay? Once you get out of that due diligence period, let's pretend 4 weeks has passed really, really quick, and then you say, okay, we're going forward, everything's great, and we've agreed, we've come to terms, it's perfect. that money that you put down for the due diligence, which is usually a couple $100, will go towards the purchase price of the home. If for some reason things don't work out and you can't come to terms, or it's just whatever, you decide you don't want to move, or you can't move, or for whatever reason it happens, the bird flew the wrong way by the house and you're whatever reason, you don't even have to give a reason. You would lose your due diligence money, but you do get back your earnest money. So earnest money goes into like an escrow, and when I'm representing my buyers, it goes into my attorney holds the money in escrow. So now everything goes, so if you get out during the due diligence period, you get back your earnest money, but you lose your due diligence. But if everything's fine and great, then your due diligence money that you have paid goes towards the purchase price of your home, as does the earnest money. So once we're out of due diligence and everything's great and wonderful, the seller then has until closing date to get all their repairs done and all that good stuff. And sometimes they say, well, they would do repairs. Sometimes they'll throw money at you and say, well, we'll just give you, $200 for this or $500 for this. Or maybe you say, I want my own contractors to do the work, so I want this off, or a buyer credit. So there's tons of different ways that we can kind of work it to kind of brainstorm. So then you say to me, okay, Lauren, now, and I'll send you pictures along the way, or answer your questions, and do emails back and forth, or have conversations for just to put your mind at ease, because I know how tough that can be. Also during that time, towards the end, you're going to come in during closing, right? So usually we have our walkthrough, usually the day before, or if it's a later afternoon, we'll do it in the morning. And that's when we kind of both go together and we go through the home, make sure that the seller did all their repairs, and just kind of check out everything, make sure all their stuff is kind of moved out of the house, that everything's left nice and clean, ready for you guys to move in. And then I do have some clients who say, Lauren, there's no way, I can't fly back and forth. We're closing up our house, our closing's there, I can't go back and forth. That's okay, because I will go do your walkthrough as long as you want me to do that. Just to make sure it's good, I can do video while we walk through, whatever it is that works for you guys, that makes it easier. And it all depends on your lender. If you can't be here for closing, some lenders will allow you to, mail aways. It really just depends on your lender and what package. Anyway, I hope that answers some of your really great questions and puts your mind at ease about the move here to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check out my other videos. I have super ones all about why Charlotte, North Carolina, why it's so great, the HOAs, tax information. I have one coming up about schools. I'll be coming up with that one. I have all different stuff all over my station, so check it out. Definitely subscribe, because you don't want to miss any juicy tidbits about moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. Of course, if you are thinking about moving to Charlotte, North Carolina, and you have some questions that are pressing and you just need to know, please pick up the phone and call me, okay? Call me. I really do work 7 days a week. If I am with a client, it'll go to voicemail, but I will always call you back. That I can promise. Anyway, thanks so much for Click and Play. Don't forget to go subscribe, check out my other videos. Give me a call at 704-989-2999, or email me, whatever you want. I can get you started, get you some great information. Generally what happens is clients will contact me and they'll say, hey, we're thinking about moving. You don't know yet. Maybe you haven't been here before, but everybody else is moving here. Did you know, actually, I'm going to tell you this, 109 people a day are moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. That's right. So it's crazy. It's like great weather. Your money goes further. Taxes are low. Quality of living is high. People are great. Schools are phenomenal. I don't even know, economy, like it's just, we have our 4 seasons. It's wonderful. It doesn't get too cold in the winter. It doesn't get too hot in the summer. Anyway, thank you so much for Click and Play. Like I said, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. Like my video, please, down below. Give me a thumbs up and ask me any questions below, or just call me. I'll leave all my contact information down below. I'm wishing you a fantastic rest of your day. And thanks for watching. Bye.